Like vibe on every line, on every bar. Like vibe on every line, on every bar. Like vibe, oh, like vibe.
So, good night, everybody, and welcome once again to another LimeVibe live podcast. I'm your host, Yori Kemp. I'm soon going to be joined by our co-host, Kimberly Ramkalawan. Oh, there's Kimberly. How you doing, Kimberly?
Hi, Yuri. How are you?
All is well. I didn't share the music yesterday because I just realized I wasn't sharing the screen. And so I played the whole music just popping in my head. People wonder what the hell I was listening to, right? How you doing today, Kim?
I'm good. I'm not hearing you too clearly for some reason. You're sounding rather soft.
Can you hear me now?
It's still a little soft.
Still soft? I don't know what's happening.
I know we were having that
now?
issue last time.
What about now? Now?
No, the same.
Now? Now? Better now?
Yeah, you're getting an echo, but I know you're sharing computer sound, so.
Yeah. Okay. Let me cut the computer sound off then. Okay, there you go. That's better.
I would hope so. How am I sounding?
You all right though. You all right, man.
We had internet issues here just now, and then everything went wrong.
Oh wow. Yeah, I know, right? Sometimes these things happen. So who's your carrier?
We have Flow and Digicel.
Okay.
But we've been having some electricity outages.
No.
And sometimes that causes a dip nationwide, and we don't realize it until afterwards.
Wow. So it could have been a dip somewhere, let's say in part of Spain. It could have dipped it. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the production and everything.
You guys get power outages often there?
Well, remember we're having some issues with natural gas, and we had a major outage last year. So it's usually planned outages, but sometimes they do happen, before.
Okay. Planned outages. Well, we normally have like power outages once. We used to have it like once every other day. Let's say about 5-6 years ago. But it eased up a lot now. Yeah, it was bad, Kim. It was terrible. You couldn't do anything in this country. Yeah. You couldn't do anything in this country, man. We were crippled by that. We were crippled.
I believe that was a result because of the hurricanes, right? And infrastructure was down.
No, it's been like that for a while. Even without the hurricanes, power was terrible, man. Power was terrible. Yeah. And the hurricanes just, what'd you say? They magnified the problem and made it worse. But power outages were like common here, man. It was ridiculous. You couldn't do anything. We bought these generators from this company called Alstom back in the late 90s. And they were like crappy generators. And so someone actually was convicted of taking a bribe for buying these generators from Alstom. I forgot his name. What's his name? Oh my goodness. Anyway, I don't recall his name anymore, but he was convicted of accepting a bribe from the Alstom company for getting these generators. And these generators never worked optimally. And they replaced them now, thank God. But imagine how many persons were actually hurt, because when the power went off, people were like being cut off from their dialysis machines and hospitals were going off. Yeah, it was terrible, man. It was terrible. That person should burn in hell. I forgot his name, man. I don't want to say the wrong name, but I forgot his name. He was convicted of that. He was on the board of Bahamas Electricity Corporation at the time, BEC, and he accepted the bribe and actually pushed to get Alstom's generators into BEC. And those generators never worked optimally. I mean, they were a total disaster and a failure. But that entire Alstom company, they were involved in a huge corruption scandal around the same time as well. So that's how it came to light that this Alstom company paid a bribe to a Bahamian official here, and so yeah, it was mad, man. It was maddening. But we got it fixed now somewhat. The previous administration, they got those new generators in, and they set up a management plan for BPL, Bahamas Power and Light now is now called, and so it's running a little smoother now. So kudos to them. But still though. We still have an outage once every month or so. In some parts of the country still goes out. Some parts of this island still goes out, but it's not as bad as how it used to be, But anyway, that's enough of me ranting and raving about Bahamas Power and Light. So yeah, man. So what else is going on, Kim? How you feeling tonight?
It's Friday. I'm in slump mood. It's proof that I'm getting old because Friday you're supposed to have energy and you're ready to pump, party and
Yeah.
have a good time. I'm just feeling like, okay, it was a long week. I can just crawl into my bed and sleep.
Mhm. Oh, wow. Wow. But you're here with me. So thank you. You could be anywhere tonight, but you're here with me tonight, Kim. Thank you so much. But I'm going out tonight, though. My cousin is coming to me to go back to that same jazz bar
Oh,
that we were
Lord.
supposed to go last week, Friday. Yeah, yeah.
I
We're
saw
going
your
tonight.
status today on WhatsApp.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
That's like, I'm going to tell Yuri about that. But anyway, I'll do that off air.
Oh, which one was I post a lot of stuff, man. From me to the gym, from everything. What was it? About the women?
Oh, the personal ads one, I would say.
Oh, wow. Sorry. Were you offended? Personally offended?
And no, I'm just saying, peaceful.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, okay. Let's not talk my dirty laundry on air
No, I'm
tonight.
not going to do that. I'm leave that. That's why I said the word peaceful.
Yes, yes, yes.
But
Okay.
those who know Yuri Camp will know what I'm talking about.
I have a small circle, You're my small, very small circle, Kim.
I'm
Not
so
much people I
privileged
really
to be
talk to.
part of Yuri
Yes.
Camp Circle, all the way in
Yes.
Trinidad.
Yes, yes, yes. You become a great, very trusted and valued friend, actually. I appreciate your friendship.
Oh, that means a lot.
Yeah, right after International Women's Day, I'm just giving you your accolades right now, Kim. So this is what the Bible calls a double portion. You're getting a double portion.
Okay. So I'm getting awarded here on LimeVibe.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm thinking about some things to spice the show up a bit, man. I want to bring in some contests for some of our viewers and just drum up some promotions. How do you feel about that, Kim?
I'm all right with it. I think we need to get some more feedback. But we'll talk about that for sure.
Okay, we'll talk about that later too then. Yeah, I'm thinking about some contests, man. I think about doing a chair whining contest.
A what?
A chair. I just love your face out, sunk.
I want to know you're going to, is this furniture?
I love the way your face sunk just then. A what? Oh, if I could bottle that. Yeah, man. No, I'm only kidding, man. I was thinking about doing a chair whining contest. When you go to these nightclubs, and these girls, instead of getting on the dance floor and dancing, they sit in their chair just whining and doing on the chair. I was thinking about doing a chair whining contest just for a bit of fun. I was thinking about doing, maybe that should have been done during the pandemic, because at that time people really couldn't go out to the nightclubs, right? So I was thinking about maybe we should have done that during the pandemic. But now we're out of the pandemic now, so everyone could go to the nightclubs and the spots now. So maybe we should.
I'm not sure I want to be that close to anyone, though.
Yeah, I know. It's still
I was never a nightclub person, so I can't say,
You're not a nightclub person. Yeah, me neither. Actually, I'm not either. Right. So I prefer a nice, cozy little bar, a little hole in the wall. With some.
But you're going to a jazz club, so that's like a sophisticated kind of lounge thing, I would imagine.
Yeah, but it's not so sophisticated that you can't go in there with your jeans. So it's okay, but it's not too stush. It's just a mellow vibe,
Okay.
Yeah. And people are still wearing masks here, So
We are.
Yeah, you are. That's good. Be safe.
Yeah. Need to. I mean, I can't risk it. Not with my immune system. I'm not going to risk it. People are still dying here. We're getting at least 8 deaths a week.
Really?
That's
Still?
8 deaths, and that's what's recorded according to COVID. This week, I think we had about 622 cases.
Really?
Yeah, and that's post-carnival, and that is a large number after so long, because 622 cases was the number you were seeing, in 2021. But at least the number that has been hospitalized has, diminished a bit. It's dropped to like 400 and something. The others can be taken care of at home. So yeah.
Oh, that's tragic, Kim. You guys are still in the pandemic.
Yeah, but everything is normal. People are still out there. They're not wearing masks. I am. I'm still double mask. I'm wearing my mask. I mean, I had the flu in recent weeks, and it really scared me thinking that I had it. And I was grateful that when I did the test, it came back negative. But still, I think I lapsed a little bit because I did not wear my mask for one outing.
Mm.
I didn't have any clean mask. I didn't put it on, and normally I do. So I believe that contributed to probably picking up some bug out there. Who knows?
Yeah. Just the one time you had a lapse in your personal security, your personal safety.
And that it happened,
Yeah, I know. And it makes you even more paranoid, doesn't it?
It does. It's like, okay, that's it. I mean, we're always sanitizing, washing hands as frequent as you can. But still, the virus is still out there. It's still affecting people.
Yes. I pray Trinidad gets clean sooner rather than later. But you guys have a really close knit society, don't you? You guys have a really like close, touchy kind of society, right? You guys are pretty warm to each other, right?
I would think so. I mean, Trinidadians, yeah, we're pretty much a friendly bunch of people.
Yeah.
We always shouldering with each other, always hugging, whining, grinding, shaking hands, touching, touchy. Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah.
I mean, since the pandemic, I have become conscious of shaking hands with people. So I don't shake hands still, and I will still knock elbows. And if someone happens because they're not conscious of it, I'm quick to sanitize my hands right after.
And don't feel any ways where they may feel insulted. Just go and sanitize your hand and wash your hands. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, no, I don't think some people would, but they've got to understand that it's still out there.
Yeah.
It's a risk. And you do not know the conditions of someone's health. You don't know what they've been through.
Yes.
I mean, I've seen it firsthand how the virus affects people. And I really don't want to go through that.
No. Because it seems like a miserable way to go, man. You can't breathe and your lungs are losing.
It is.
Scary.
And I've seen the post effects, the post COVID issues, linger and affect people's quality of life. And it is a scary thing. No one is ever the same afterwards.
Yeah. But such is life, man. Just gotta be careful, Kim. Be careful who you talk to, who you touch, and who you rub up against, man. That's what I do. I work in a very close environment, people. So I'm trying to be careful myself because in our office, like there are cubicles and everyone's like not like really jam-packed like sardines, but they're really close. So I try to take some precautions. And then my supervisor, he's a real sickly fellow. Like he catches the cold once a week. I mean, he's terrible, man. And he comes and he infects everybody. Yeah, he infects everybody in the office, man. Are you drinking wine, Kim? That water wine.
Water.
Okay, they look kind of. Oh, that was the reflection of your hair in the glass. I thought it was wine. It was like red wine, Kim. Okay, I said, what? Kim's getting loose. Really tonight? We're gonna have a fun show tonight.
I mean, I've got some hard cider chilling, and that's about it. Yeah, because it's bubbly. It's not beer exactly, but it's just right. It's refreshing.
Okay. I don't drink at all, actually. Believe that or not. I'm naturally. I don't drink liquor at all, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I don't drink at all. I used to, but I stopped like years ago, like 4 years ago now. I haven't drank a drop. I'm just naturally crazy. I like to go on a natural high. I'm like my father's family, we just naturally high. I like that all the time.
I mean, I like to just relax a little bit. I do like Scotch and our beverage LLB. I mix that. So I usually have Scotch with that. Or we have wine and we make sangria. And usually the hard ciders. We have a beer garden not too far from where I live.
A beer garden?
Yeah. So you go there and you can drink beer from the tap. You've got barrels on tap. And you can sample beers from around the world, what particular beer you'd like to have.
That's a great idea, Kim, a beer garden. We need one of those in the Bahamas, a beer garden.
You won't have that?
No, we don't have a beer garden. No, we have like a distillery, and it's a real tourist attraction. The John Watling's Distillery is a real tourist attraction, but there's no beer attraction in the Bahamas, none whatsoever.
Oh, well, we have our Angostura distillery here, and they have tours and things like that. So you get to see the fermenting process of how they make their rums in Trinidad. But we've got a beer garden. There's Island Bar Chill and Grill. There's Offside near me in San Fernando. So you can go there and you can actually sample the beer that you'd like to purchase. They will give you a sample and say, okay, we'll get a pint, and they pour it. But because of our alcoholic taxes lately, it's been harder for them to bring the wide variety that they usually do.
Yeah.
You can get all the varieties of Guinness beers from all over the world, any continent you think about, and get a sampling and tasting and see what's to your liking.
Okay.
I'm not a beer person, but my husband is, and we just go and sit down by the bar and enjoy.
Oh my goodness, I know. The best time I've had, tasting beer was when I was in the UK. The pubs in the UK, they're numerous, right? And so you have all types of beers at the bar, and it was just like what they had: raspberry beer, strawberry beer. I was like, wow, all of this stuff. Like that's when I was drinking and I was partying with my friends and whatnot. But I stopped, man.
I mean,
I don't miss it actually at all. People ask me, say, "Do you mind if I drink in front of you?" Say, "Hell no, go ahead and drink, man. I don't care." It doesn't matter.
You can't drink without getting high. I mean, we do that here all the time because you've got to drive home and it's against the law to drive drunk, obviously. But it's just nice to relax. It helps you just unwind a little bit, just relaxing, sit down by the yacht club there, and we sit down, watch the sea, watch the ocean, watch whatever boats and ships are coming in, and just mellow.
I do notice that my love life, my romance life is taking a nosedive since I stopped drinking though. Like all of my sexual energy, is kind of like, dwindled. I don't have that confidence anymore. I could just walk up to a lady in the bar and just start hugging her and talking to her and stuff like that. I've lost that. Yeah, really? I've lost that. I've lost it, Kim. I've lost it. I feel like a prude,
No, man. I mean, okay, so that's probably calling on you to develop yourself and your skills.
Yes.
And your tactics, your techniques, and how to approach someone.
And don't let the spirit speak for me, right?
Yeah, I think it's a matter of confidence. Yes. What is it? It's a matter of building your confidence in yourself and saying, "Hey, I can make that move." Hey, and just say, "Hey, how you doing?"
But you want to know something, though, Kim? I've made huge mistakes when I was drinking, though. Huge mistakes. And so to that, I'll sacrifice a bit of my romantic life, my love life, not to make those mistakes anymore. Because I made some huge mistakes, man. Jesus Christ, I can't talk about it online, but my goodness,
okay.
Man.
Yes, not confession. I'm not the priest. I'm not any father or bishop.
Yeah. Let's not do that. Let's not go there, Kim. Let's just hope we can have a good night tonight at this jazz bar. And I'll take your note to heart. Actually, I will go there tonight, and I'll just mix and mingle and try to, do what I can. Because I'm telling you, man, when I go with my cousin, my female cousin, who I think is coming to me tonight, women just come up to me and they think that she's my girlfriend. They don't realize she's my cousin, so they think that they're actually trying to get one up on her. I told you that before, right? So
yes, it's like talk about that.
Yeah. So these girls are mad, man. I don't know why women are so crazy. Why are women so crazy?
I realized that even with my husband, because he too speaks about that in Trinidad. It happens as in women see him with me. They want and all of a sudden he's getting the attention from his female coworkers. I'm busting your files here. Sorry, honey. But he says, like, all of a sudden this one's calling and wanting to talk to me. And it's like, okay. And they came. I remember we went for lunch at a fast food restaurant, and I was eating. Now, I just came from the doctor's office. I just came from an examination. I'm not looking anyhow pretty or anyway. Look, I'm dressed for a doctor's visit, right? I'm probably looking the way I'm looking right now, not the best. And I was chowing down on my food because I was hungry, because I think I had to fast that morning for my examination, blood test, and what happened. And his coworker came up, and I remember her actually watching, tilting her head, and what she's talking to him, but she's watching me. And I think they're watching. It's like, what does he see in her? Or what you know, and that's what I think, because she was fully made up and dressed, you know, really pretty and everything. And then I'm also thinking, well, he gave me the lowdown on her and everything. And in my experience, I realized that a lot of women, even my own, though my own peers, I wouldn't say friends, I wouldn't say friends, I would say probably acquaintances, they're probably co-workers, they see him and they're interested. And want to know, okay, but how is it she got him?
They want to take your man.
All of those questions come, and they're quite curious and they're quite forthcoming at times. So yes, it is intriguing when, so they may not know your cousin as being your cousin. They're thinking, okay, well, she's with him, he must be of something. So it is working in your benefit.
Yeah, I know, right? But it's just that it's so disgusting to some extent, you know. While I enjoy the attention, you know, please don't stop women. I enjoy the attention. It's a good ego boost, right? But still, though, why is it when you're with somebody, everybody wants to come at you, but when you're single, nobody wants you? And there's a lot of videos about that. You know? Yeah, there's a lot of videos on YouTube about these relationship dynamics and these human dynamics, but there's just one of those things, you know, where you know you're single and nobody wants you. And the minute you try to own somebody, everybody wants that person, Kim. Everybody wants that person. I swear, it happens to every single girlfriend I had. You know, nobody wanted them. Nobody wanted them. All of a sudden, now I want them now. Yeah, everyone's popping out of the woodwork, man. Jesus. You can't have peace.
So the best tonight.
Yeah, I know. Let's try have some fun tonight, man. You know, so that's how it is. But Kim, we have some other serious business to talk about tonight, not just our little love life, right? Because you're happy. I'm not happy. You're happy with your love life. I'm still out here looking for somebody to love and take care of and appreciate. Did you hear about this China thing? This China getting influence inside the region now in Latin America and the Caribbean?
I mean, I've been hearing it. I mean, for a long time, America has been monitoring what they've been doing. And we know that they've been putting their presence here in the Caribbean. We call it a kind of Eastern colonization. You know, where they're having they flex their muscles here in the region because they've you know, we are in tremendous debt to China.
Yes.
Many countries in the Caribbean have sold their souls to that.
Oh, the Bahamas is one.
Bahamas.
And apparently, Kim, they have built the largest embassy that they ever had in the Bahamas. I couldn't believe that. How can the Chinese build the largest embassy in the world? Their largest embassy in the world in the Bahamas. Like what's with the Bahamas? The Bahamas is a small country off the coast.
Or the closest to the United States.
I know, right? And you want to have something too? They've been clowning on the Americans here because they built a hotel, a multi-million-dollar hotel, Margaritaville, the Point, Margaritaville, right opposite from the U.S. Embassy. Right opposite from the U.S. Embassy. It costs the U.S. Embassy to have to move locations. Well, the U.S. Embassy planned to move location years before that project actually started, but the Chinese put the hotel right opposite of the U.S. Embassy. So you know there was a lot of spying going on, right?
Yeah. So I mean, China, that's what China does. I mean, look what happened in recent weeks. What played out in America with the balloons expanding. They outright, they don't care. It's like, I don't care if you want to know. We're just teasing anyway. We're flexing our muscles. You be distracted with this. We're looking to take over Taiwan.
Yes.
Because that's of interest right now. What's happening? Their eyes are fixed on Taiwan. They've regained control of Hong Kong in recent years, and now Taiwan, because I think what is concerning about Taiwan though, it's the reason that a lot of American companies depend on Taiwan for the electronics. I mean, we saw what happened during the pandemic, where they did not have they had the chip shortage. Yeah, the chip shortage, which affected the price of vehicles and appliances. Right. So if they and we've heard it this week, I think that they're surrounding Taiwan and they're monitoring everything. You're seeing vessels, you know, lined up around Taiwan, Chinese military there.
Yeah.
So we're not sure what they're going to do eventually, but we have to be, you know, there's cause for concern with the China invasion.
Mhm.
in Taiwan,
Mhm.
and it's going to affect us once again. So everything that's happening, China's flexing its muscles, Russia is taking over, you know. They call China the sleeping giant for no reason, they always have something.
Yeah, yeah. I just have confidence in the United States that the United States technology is far more superior. That's the only thing I'm really betting on. I believe Barack Obama, when he said at his State of the Union address that the rest of the countries around the world aren't even close. And I believe in the United States surveillance capacity to monitor these countries around the world so they can know exactly how far their technology is going. Look, for example, in Russia right now, the Ukraine. You would have thought that Russia would have already overrun Ukraine by now, right? But no, Russia doesn't have all the technology and the military capacity needed.
Manpower.
Yeah, they just don't have it. And
They
so,
drained
Barack
their
Obama was right.
prisons.
Pardon?
Russia drained their prisons. They send out their prisoners to fight, and they're dying too.
Yeah, yeah. And they miscalculated too that when they moved away from, communism to free market capitalism, and the people would have gotten lazy. They would have left any semblance of, wanting to fight, voluntarily wanting to fight, or being forced to fight. Now they don't have to, they don't have to be forced to fight, and they're making money. So why would I go to war to fight your war when I can live free and I can make money? That's what they miscalculated. They thought that the Russian spirit would have been there to go in there and invade Ukraine, but no, people don't want that. People want freedom. And so that's one miscalculation I think Vladimir Putin had with his own people. Take for example what happened in the United States in Vietnam War. With the Vietnam War, people didn't want to go to war anymore after World War II. After they saw the damage, and after the United States lived through the damage, and the world lived through the damage of World War II, nobody wanted to go through Vietnam again. And so the Vietnam War just stalled and it just faltered. The United States could have crushed Vietnam anytime they wanted to, but the American people did not have the spirit, did not have the guts to go through that war. The same thing is happening right now in Russia and Ukraine. The Russian people don't want to go through this war with Vladimir Putin, and it's clear because Ukraine would have been crushed by now, and it's not.
Yeah. That they were fighting their own people that were protesting against going to war. Why are you doing this to us?
Yes.
They're all related in some way.
Yes.
And they understand that. And they started arresting them for protesting against going to war.
Yes.
They're trying to, and they've brainwashed them through the media and everything to believe that this war is warranted.
Yes, yes. But they say hard times create soft people and soft people create hard times. Right now, Russia is going through their softening period, and the people just don't have the guts to do it no more, Everyone's gotten cushy, they've gotten to love democracy and the free market, and so they just don't want to do anything anymore, man. And you see the United States collapsing right now from their, slovenly and slothful lifestyle, these millennials right now, Kim. They don't want to do anything. They're more interested in their sexual rights than they are actually about building a country. They're more interested in gay rights and abortion and these controversial topics that are really personal in nature rather than actually trying to build their country. When you see it happening, you see the United States crumbling, man. I still believe that the United States is still the strongest country in the world right now. And I believed Barack Obama when he said that by far, no other country on this planet has the technological capabilities and capacity the United States has. So if I'm going to put my money, I'm going to put my money on the United States. Even if China and Russia team up together, I'm putting my money on the United States for sure. I'm sticking with them, And you could give me Donald Trump every day, all day. I don't mind. It's better him. These people. I wonder if these people really listen to themselves, Kim. They talk about China as if China is going to be this beacon of hope for the rest of the world. This savior for the rest of the world. If China was to take over the world right now, would it be the #1 superpower? Would they actually like living under the Chinese rule? And these people are crazy, Kim.
No,
would you like being under Chinese rule?
Of course not.
Okay.
When you see what happened to them during the pandemic is proof enough of what their governance rule is like.
Exactly. People crow about it like, oh, that's good for the United States, China's coming up and yes, let's see them deal with China. I say, you fool, would you really want that? I'll show you these haters, man. There's people who hate Kim, just haters.
But what they're describing the China influence as some kind of economic cohesion and investment in these areas because they've invested quite heavily in some South American projects. Hence, from that, they're involved in a lot of construction projects. So their activity is here, and it's we haven't seen it in terms of military, but you've seen it economically for sure.
Yeah, they spend their money. Yeah. You think Raleigh's going to sell the gas and oil entities to China? You think he'll do that? Would he do it, Kim? Would Raleigh sell the oil and gas to China?
I mean, they have their coal, so they don't care to really get anything from us. But we do, I think we do have a percentage of natural gas that goes to them. I'm not sure.
Okay,
If I
okay.
recall seeing the pie charts for Atlantic LNG or LNG suppliers, I would believe that.
Okay, okay. That's the Chinese for you, man. But this military buildup is going to get pretty frightening because the U.S. generals were talking about it. They were on CNN the other day. At least the
Yes.
report was on CNN the other day and said that, they're amassing a huge military presence now, not just economic anymore, a huge military presence in the Caribbean and Central America and Latin America. And so I think everyone should be more concerned about that. But, our politicians around the region, they sold like investments, and money that they'll sell their whole country out to China right now for a few dollars. I can see them doing it, Kim. And, you have to blame the United States for this one, because analysts have been saying for years, American companies have stopped investing in the Caribbean in particular. They got on their high horse after the Cold War. They just dropped this cold. They stopped spending money. Now we need money for investments and development. So who comes to our rescue? China. China comes and they're spending money, Kim. And they're very liberal with their money too. Yes, if you have to play ball with them, that's fine. But you have to blame the United States for that because they dropped us like a hot potato back in the early 90s after the Cold War came to an end. And so the Chinese were willing to spend money. The Chinese were spending money. You see the evidence. I drive down the Cable Beach Strip, West Bay Street. I see hotel after hotel that's owned and operated and controlled by the Chinese. And they're beautiful hotels, Kim. They're beautiful resorts. That's what the Chinese did. What have the Americans done thus far besides from give us grief? Not stand up for us when it comes down to the European Union, with these blacklistings, right? Let's be fair now. I like the United States, but let's be fair. If the United States want to get a better foothold back into Latin America and the Caribbean, they need to start spending some of their money. That's how it needs to be done, Kim.
Well, right now I think they're trying to get back a hold because they're seeing what's happening with the transshipment zones and guns coming in from their country into all shores. And I think they have USAID and they're trying to utilize USAID and whatever agencies to tap into giving funding to say that they're getting some things done and they have allies in the Caribbean. The thing is, everyone wants to give the region money, but the thing is, I pat your back, you pat my back. When I'm ready to get something, you've got to help me. Nothing ever goes without, favors in return.
That's true. But here's part of the thing with this model they have, the United States model they have. They want to filter through these agencies for transparency, right? But here's the thing. Some of these agencies, they're corrupt themselves. So if you give $1 million to the USAID, some American bureaucrat is going to get like 20% off the top. And it goes through the corrupt channels through their network between the networks here in the Caribbean, and somebody else is going to get another 20%. By the time that $1 million gets here, that's about $500,000 off the top right there, gone on transaction fees and monitoring and transparency and accountability, right? But the Chinese will just come with the Chinese government and they'll just spend money. They'll put money on the ground, they put money in your hand, and it'll touch people like me. I'll get a taste of that. But no, the United States want to go through this whole rigmarole. Like we haven't gone through the Oliver North scandal with the Iran-Contra scandal. Like they're so high and mighty, right? They're so self-righteous, right? But when they're ready to get dirty, they'll get dirty though. They're so self-righteous and high and mighty. They can't spend money. They can't put money on the ground here in people's hands. Come on, man. Let's stop this nonsense, man. Get some money on the ground, United States, America. Get some money on the ground. Spend some money. The Chinese are spending money. They go straight to that government and they put money in people's hands. That's what they do. But y'all want to send money through USAID in the IDB and all these kind of stuff. Stop that nonsense, man.
I mean, we know that America as well owes China a good bit of debt. They are in debt to China.
Oh, no, China knows they ain't getting paid.
So it's in trillions. I remember during Obama's administration days, it was $1 trillion that they owed to China. So I'm not sure. No, and what happened?
The Chinese are not getting paid all. The Chinese are not getting paid all that money. That's only on paper. The Chinese are not getting paid trillions of dollars from the United States. They lend the American money. Yeah, that's fine, but you ain't getting repaid. The United States would be a fool to pay that money back to China. And I know, and they're going to make up some excuse why we can't pay this money back to China over the next 10, 15, 20 years or so. And you'll see it happen. You'll see a conflagration or war break up where they have to have like a treaty done where we're gonna forgive your debt and all that kind of. You'll see it happen if you're alive. And you remember this LimeVibe live podcast on March 10th. Yuri Armenkamp said the United States is not going to pay China not a single dime or no trillions of dollars worth of debt. And then make up some excuse why we can't pay China. It's going to be some kind of diplomatic or some kind of conflict issue. And they're going to have to sign a treaty where we're going to have to waive some of this debt off. Trust me. You see that. Because it's a security risk, Kim. And everyone sees it. If the United States pays China all this money, what's going to happen to the United States? They can't pay all that money back to China. They can't do it.
I mean, to me, I still think it's something over their head when China wants to, usurp its authority or whatever, flex its muscles in any way.
Huh.
Have that over America's heads, don't you think? How do you see that playing out with them owing China?
I look at the people in the United States, especially the Caucasian class. These are the descendants of the slave masters, Kim. They didn't care about slaving us, Kim. You think they care about any Chinese man? They don't care about no Chinese man. They're gonna bomb them if push comes to shove. They don't care. Donald Trump is serious, man. He's a serious old white cat. And the descendants of the slave masters, they don't care. They enslaved us, Kim. They enslaved us, right? They didn't care about any Chinese man. They don't care about no Chinese man. They'll nuke China the first chance they get.
The thing is, I mean, when it comes to trade, you've got to look at their trade. China is one of their biggest trading partners. And so Taiwan is where Apple and Samsung and them they make their chips. Whatever chips are needed for business, it's there. American-based companies, they depend on Taiwan. So to see how it's going to play out, I think it's a matter of weeks or days that we can see something happen there. It could cripple the world. So we've got to, be careful.
Yeah, I think China is waiting on the United States to really get involved in this Russia-Ukraine conflict so they can really move on Taiwan. I think that's why Biden's really holding off and really getting involved with that, because I think China is really just waiting on that, to be totally honest with you. And so, Taiwan's just waiting in the balance. But if it was Donald Trump in power, Donald Trump would not have let them get that close to Taiwan. And they know better under Donald Trump. They knew better under Donald Trump, And right now, I visited Taiwan during the time when these tensions really started to spike. And the people were kind of concerned about, they wanted Donald Trump to really take them more seriously. But at the same time as well, it wasn't going to be like an imminent invasion. The Chinese aren't that stupid. They don't want to destroy the entire infrastructure of Taiwan. They just think that it's a wayward province, a runaway province that they want to get back into the fold. And so with that being said, I hope that the cooler heads prevail and they back off from Taiwan. They already have Hong Kong and Macau. So they don't really need Taiwan, because Taiwan's like really off the coast, while Hong Kong and Macau is really more inland. And so they don't really need Taiwan like that. They could find their own chip manufacturing companies inside China.
No, but I think one to cripple Taiwan economically, I think it's for that. That's part of their strategy of, kind of weakening the rest of the world. Because if the world is dependent on this country, they want the trade to come directly to them rather than Taiwan. So we've got to look at that. So all of it is a kind of, economic war in a sense. It may not be hardball bombing and things like that with Russia, but you raised an important point there, where they're waiting for America to truly get involved. And America is really restraining itself from getting too hands-on there. They're just simply helping out when it comes to the ammunition and weaponry and things like that. That's all that they can do. But they say no, they've already dealt with enough when it came to the Afghan war, and now this. And as you said, China is waiting for something like that. But I really hope it doesn't come to that. But we know that Xi Jinping is close with Putin, and they're in meetings. So who knows what is going to happen there? It's been said that China is a sleeping giant. They say, let her sleep, for when she wakes, she will shake the world. I think it was Napoleon who said something like that. And who knows? We really got to tread carefully. But it's part of. I'm going to be biblical here. It's part of prophecy.
Oh, Lord, you're gonna preach tonight, Kim? You're gonna preach?
No, I'm just saying, I mean, you said it there. You took the words out of my mouth. It's there. It's going to come from the east. It's going to rise, and it's the writing is already on the wall. But I'm just saying, what's that?
That's a dire warning, Kim.
It is. It's written. I mean, the Bible says it all. It's how you interpret it, and you know it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think America is aware. I know that CIA director is aware of what's happening. I heard an interview with William Burns on one of the stations, and he spoke about the next 6 months being critical for the Russia-Ukraine war, because as you said, it's weakening there too, but you never know what Putin might pull out, and they're aware what's going to happen.
Yes, indeed.
Right.
But to Putin's credit, though, I think him as a pragmatic man too. I don't think of him as a psychopath the way the United States tries to paint him out to be. He's not this. He's definitely not Donald Trump. Sure, he's not a cowboy, but he does have his mean streak in him. But I don't think he's like a psychopath to the point where he'll destroy everything kit and caboodle just to make one single point. I don't think he's that. No, he's not that. He's a very pragmatic, very cautious man.
You look at what the control of the media and the messages that he's been disseminating to his people.
Yeah.
And you look at how, going to the extreme of letting loose some of your most vile criminals to wage a war. He shows that he really does not give a damn about his own people. I'm not sure what is it all about for him with Ukraine.
Yeah, just empty out his jails, free his jails. That's not crazy. You think that's crazy? That's not crazy. That's pragmatic. That's thinking along the lines of war. That's what a man in war would do. But let's say, for example, I don't think he would shut down all the banks in Russia, and he would.
And then there's Iran in the middle of all of that too, and Iran is supporting Russia with its missiles and things like that.
Oh, Iran. Oh, those crazy Iranians, the Persians.
Right. So
the world has had problems with them for the past, what 600, 700 years now, 1,000 years now with the Persians?
It's the entire East.
Yeah.
Coming for the West.
Yep.
You meddle, and this is what you will pay, the price you will pay.
Yes. And we talk about geopolitical strategy and geopolitical gamesmanship, but we always forget Iran, right? But they're right there, aren't they? And they could play a part. They're quietly just waiting.
They are playing a part right now in that war because they've provided drones. Yes. They've provided training even to his military, Putin's military.
Yep. The Iranians. The Persians, I should say. Artaxerxes and Xerxes. But
we didn't expect it. This month made it an entire year that Russia and Ukraine have been at it.
And they're still fighting over small towns, Kim. Small towns. They haven't made it to Kiev yet. They haven't destroyed Kiev. At this time, United States probably already had. They ran through Iraq 3 times by this time after a year, after 12 months. United States ransacked Iraq, and Saddam Hussein was a psychopath. He was a psychopath. He didn't care.
I'm not putting it past Putin as not being a psychopath. It's there.
He's not killing his own people, though, Kim.
I wouldn't say that. You're risking your own people's lives with just that. The thing is, he knows that Ukrainians are going to tread carefully. They have tread carefully when it came to civilian losses in Russia.
Yeah.
They are while Russia did not care and they've bombed up, residential areas and things like that.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, that it's a responsible kind of war. What is ethical and what is not an ethical war?
Yes.
And so all of those things are in play.
I got you. So we just
still dropping with COVID too. I think they went down into a lockdown with the flu.
Really? Russia?
Yeah.
China. Wow. I didn't hear that.
China went into a lockdown with the flu this week.
Yeah.
So all sorts of things are happening. But last week there was news that they confirmed that the COVID-19 virus was lab grown, lab
Oh
released.
yeah, I saw that. Yeah, the United States finally agreed. Both sides agreed. Both Republicans and Democrats agreed that the COVID-19 was built in a Chinese lab. Welcome to the rest of the world, America. Welcome to the rest of the world, American government. Of course, it was built in the Chinese lab. I mean, all evidence pointed to that. I mean, do they watch CNN? Do they watch Fox News? They've been saying this for years, man.
There's been conspiracy that they planted the virus to blame it on the Chinese there.
Yeah, that may be far-fetched, but the power of the building it in the lab, that was true.
I mean, you've got Big Pharma. I'm not sure what Big Pharma is, their involvement in it too. Yeah, I'm going crazy there with my conspiracy.
Let's not go to Kim, because the last time we talked about COVID-19, these conspiracies, that video got taken down. You don't know that, but that video got taken down. So let's COVID-19. Yeah, that was taken off of YouTube and Facebook. You can't talk about these COVID-19 conspiracies. We can talk about the event that's happening, but you can't talk about the conspiracies and any kind of treatments or that sort of thing. So yeah, they're really strict about that. They watch us, Kim. We're watched by the algorithm.
Yeah, once they pick up on the word, there's keywords. Once they hear it, the end.
Yeah, so we can't go there. So be careful. Just being mindful. We can't go too far. But yeah, man. So they're in a lockdown, right? And it's poor China with the flu. So with the one-child policy in China, I couldn't live there, man. I visited there, but I couldn't really live there, man. Oh, and that's another thing too. You will see like a stark difference when you go to China versus Taiwan. People in Taiwan are very relaxed, very calm. They're in a democracy. They're peaceful. But you go to China, everyone's uptight. Everyone's hawking and spitting and coughing all over the place. They still smoke on the airplanes, Kim. They still smoke on the airplanes. It's a totally different, same people, but totally different cultures, man. Just breeding and grooming would do, man. Just socialization would do, And they're so friendly on the streets in Taiwan, man. So friendly, and everyone's so open, and so free, and so calm. But in China, everyone's uptight, man. Even in their tourist cities, in Xiamen, everyone's uptight, Like wow.
I would imagine that you would have to be constantly looking over your shoulder.
Yes. But one thing I have to give it to the Chinese is very structured, very organized. And it's not the way the United States makes it out to be, where only you have to watch around your corner and your back for the police to come and arrest you for spitting on the ground or something like that. It's not like that. The United States media really could lie on these people. They could lie. They could lie.
I mean, what about the racism when it comes to Black people there too?
Them people wasn't checking for us, Kim. Them people was not into us at all. They weren't checking for us at all, Kim. They could care less.
Because you see a lot of videos like that.
Yeah, they didn't care about us, Kim. We went into the poorest part of China, one of the poorest parts in their states, and Wuhan, right where the virus was created in Wuhan. We was in the Wuhan slums, trust me, and then people weren't checking for us at all, Kim. They didn't care. And usually, poor people are more averse to strangers and foreigners. They did not care. We saw people making mud on the side of the road, mud bricks on the side of the road. It was like, wow, this is the real China. Those people didn't care at all. We went into the poorest places, man.
Wow.
Yeah, it was cool though. That was fun. I went with some adventurous people, man. They really knew what they were looking for. Yeah.
That's good. I mean, I'm not too sure. I mean, people have always asked if you want to go back to India and China and things like that. I think at one point in time that Japan is big on asking for Westerners to come across to teach them English. I went through the application. My family had sent me the application, and when I saw the application, there was a 10-page or more than 10 to 25 pages focus on my health, my reproductive health, over education and my experience. It's like, okay, why the emphasis on this? So then it made me feel like, okay, something is wrong. It's not right. I'm not even bothering.
Why they focus on it?
I'm not sure. I mean, if there's a notion that you're not healthy for their society or something like that.
Oh yeah, they're like that. Japan, right? Yeah, that's my dream trip back. I'd like to go to Japan, to Osaka Bay, and see the city. Yeah.
If we talk about being adventurous, like Australia is one of those countries I'm not even going to bother, Because they've got
Why?
everything deadly down there.
The spiders and the snakes, right? I know, right? I know, but it'd be so much fun, right?
No, I'm good. I'm good. The alligators, the
Crocodiles, yeah,
I'm good.
I know. It's the spiders for me, man. It's the spiders, man. I still want to visit. That's another dream of mine. Australia and Japan. And of course, I got to go to the motherland. I got to go to Africa. But I don't want to go to West Side.
You think it's
Yeah.
something masculine? Every guy wants to go Australia. I don't know if Crocodile Dundee did that to them or what is it, but
Because
every
it's
guy that I know,
English-speaking country. It's an English-speaking country, and it's far away, you know. And so you could have the experience of being in a faraway country while still being understood.
okay, but
And it's
I
down.
wonder if it was because if it was risky, you know, men like to take that risk.
Yes.
So I figure that's why every guy, my dad, my husband, almost every man wants to go Australia.
Yeah, man after my own heart, actually, because it seems fun, you know. It's on the other side of the world, and it's down under, and it has like a diverse, like geographical state. I mean, it has, you know, deserts, it has coastlines, it has, you know, deep forests, it has strange animals that you'd like to see that you wouldn't see anywhere else in the world. I like to visit there, you know.
I mean, koalas, the wallabies, I don't think the Tasmanian devil exists anymore.
Yeah, they extinct. Yeah, yeah. The kangaroos, the platypuses.
Yeah, they really
dingoes.
species.
Yeah, I still want to visit there though. I want to see it. I want to see it. So we're talking about dream trips, Kim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
gonna stick with probably Paris, maybe.
Paris.
I always wanted to go Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know, there's the notion it's not safe.
Yeah.
So there are certain parts I wanted to go to, but we'll see.
There's certain parts that some places aren't safe anywhere in the world, you know. I realize don't listen to the American media in terms of these travel warnings and stuff, because you realize these millennials are really paranoid, right? And even these Generation X's, they're really, really afraid, right? So you have to be careful on their warnings, man, because some of these places, like when I went to China, you could have sworn that the Chinese people were racist, and you could have sworn that, you know, the Chinese government was looking over your shoulder every step that you go, and you could have sworn that you couldn't do anything in China. But it was not like that at all. We had a peaceful trip.
Right. Okay. Good.
So
I mean,
you have to make it up for yourself, man.
here in Trinidad, we've got a place called Charlotte Street, and in recent years, the Chinese embassy have established. Well, Charlotte Street was always known for Chinese immigrants, dating back from when they arrived before the indentured laborers, the Indian indentured laborers, and they set up their shops, their laundromats, and they bring their Chinese herbs. They have their foods. And you can get almost anything. So it's like a little China in our capital city, Port of Spain. And recently they installed 2 lions, and they put in an arch. And during October month, when there's the double 10 celebrations, October 10th, the 10th of the 10th month, they usually have a parade with the dragons and everything. And so I really enjoy that. But you've got the involvement of the local Chinese. And so that's interesting. And I like it that way. I think if I'm going to experience any bit of China, it's there.
As far as it goes. I find it so cliche, the Chinese laundry. That's so cliche, Kim, the Chinese laundry.
No, I mean, they run the laundromats and the Chinese restaurants here, as well as they handle a lot of the fruit preserves. So a lot of the pickled fruit and fruit preserves that we enjoy in Trinidad, it's usually the Chinese involvement, and that's how they pick the prunes and the plums and the mangoes. Yeah.
Okay.
That's all little delicacies. Yeah.
The Chinese got your pickled fruit cornered.
Yes. My favorite brand is the lychee brand. It's like it's candied fruit, but it's got a little kick to with some, you know, pepper and things like that.
Okay.
Enjoy it. I have to send you all of those things.
Yeah, you gotta send me my package, man. I'm still waiting on my package, Kim. I'm still waiting on my food package and my chutney package, man. My Indian spice package.
Your Indian
know?
spice. I have to send you recipes and then show you how to cook it.
Yeah, yeah. Like that's gonna happen, right? No, man. I love spicy Indian stuff, man. Really, I do.
But
I wish I could.
Trinidad is different from what you would get in London, okay?
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Totally
Okay.
different. And it's different from what you would get from Guyana as well.
Okay.
Guyanese curry and Trinidadian's curry is totally different.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay. All
So
right.
it's so different.
Thanks for
Thing
that
is,
distinction, man.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. Don't say, okay, I don't like curry. You can't say you like or generalize curries. You have to say specific, you have to be specific of what curry came from where.
That's a big deal like that, Kim? Is it really like that?
Yeah, it is. I mean,
Wow.
you take a Guyanese curry duck and it's richer in flavor in the sense that they use quite a lot more of garam masala and roasted jeera, which is cumin. They use a lot more. So their curry is more darker while ours is more yellow.
Yellow. Okay.
Ours
Yellow
is a little
curry.
milder, but it's a different flavor. So to each its own.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I
Yeah.
like my Trinidadian curry.
You would be biased, right? Partial.
No. I mean, even when I went Suriname's curry is similar to ours. And
Mhm.
they said, okay, we prefer Trinidadian curry, and they live closer to Guyana, and they've got Chinese influence, and they all agreed Trinidadian's curry it tastes better.
Mm.
I'm sorry, but I'm just saying what people told me.
I know, right? But there's another country another Caribbean country in South America, isn't there? Because there's French Guyana too, right?
Yeah, it's French Guyana, but I'm not sure what's the influence of their population there.
Yeah, and people like we forget that they're there, but they're right there. They're right there next to Suriname.
And they have a don't they have like a space mission there?
I have no idea. Like
It's
nobody
from
knows. Like it's a real quiet country. Like nobody knows what happens in French Guiana.
yeah. What happens there? I know that they have a space mission down there.
Mm.
So sometimes, some time ago, we actually got a shell of a shuttle or something like that showed up on our shores,
Yeah.
and they said it was from French Guyana. And then those in Suriname were telling me on a clear day that they're able to see when they're blasting off their and testing out their shuttles and things like that.
Wow. So who's doing the testing? Is it the French government or the United States government?
It's a French government. The French
Okay.
Guyana's own, it's French. It's a French colony still.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So like no one knows what happens there, Kim. I mean, like they're the forgotten Caribbean country. They're not even a part of CARICOM, are they?
I don't think so, no.
No, they're not even an observer. Martinique and Guadeloupe, they're observers of CARICOM, but they're not really a part, right? But French Guiana, like, is there people really wonder, is there really a French Guiana? Yes, there is. There's a French Guiana. There's British Guyana, which is Guyana, then is Dutch Guyana, which is Suriname, and then there's French Guiana, which is the French.
And
But there's a Spanish Guyana, though. That's funny.
no, there's not. I found it interesting when, as a child growing up, that hey, there's a space center, down south, close to us, and I thought that was interesting in South America. But I think they have a good bit of Surinamese there because they would have fled from. They had some civil war back in the 80s, and they would have arrived there, and they said mostly Maroons were there.
Yeah, the Maroon. That's what brought Baudelaire back. Baudelaire to power in Suriname, right? That civil war.
What's that?
That's what brought Desi Baudelaire, the former Suriname prime president. Yeah, that's what brought him to power. And now Santoki's there now. So we'll see. But maybe we should visit somebody in French Guyana. Maybe we should.
I mean, I think they still. I'm not sure they still. What's their population like when it comes to the Native Americans, like the indigenous people and things like that?
I think it's still a sizable portion, and from what I understand, there's still a sizable portion of Native Americans in French Guyana. Maybe not as large, maybe as you would see in Suriname, but there's a significant portion of Native Americans, natives inside Suriname, indigenous people, I should say. But,
and they're considered part of the EU.
Yeah, yeah. A good portion is about Africans as well. So, and so it's mixed just like Guyana and Suriname is mixed, you know, good mixture. Not as much East Indians though, from what I understand.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's gonna be the mission this week, to touch base with somebody from French Guyana and see what's happening there, you know. Get a
Yeah.
rundown.
I'll see what we can do.
Yeah. Oh, we come down to the last minute here, Kim. Any final thoughts, Kim? That's it. Any final thoughts?
Just for you all to have a safe weekend, and
Yes.
hopefully we get some rest.
No, I can't rest, Kim. I can't rest. I have archery class again on Sunday. I'm going to
Okay.
another archery class. Yeah. So
Well,
I'm going. Yeah, I'm going to the jazz bar tonight. Probably going to get a workout tomorrow as well. And
All right.
probably one of my friends wants me to help them with a research project, and I'm going to do some studying because I have a test on Monday too. So my weekend is pretty much booked. So I'm going to the jazz bar tonight to let my head out. Yeah, I'm going to work out tomorrow. Another friend of mine said she wanted to work out too. I have to call and see what she's up to. So yeah, let's see if she's really serious about going and doing our bridge, running over our bridge. So I'm going to check her out this evening or tomorrow morning, see if she's interested in going to work out tomorrow. Then I have another friend that wants me to help her with a research project. So that's my day tomorrow. Then I'm going to study for my test on Monday, but also on Sunday, I'm going to do my archery class. So yeah, I'm pretty booked this weekend, man. Then I have recordings as well for the LimeVibe podcast too. I have 2 recordings back to back. I have this lady from who's in France right now from St. Lucia. She's a fashion designer, and she wants to talk to me tomorrow not tomorrow, on Sunday. And then I have my friend Elvis Pappy Edwards from Antigua and Barbuda by way of Dominica. He's a cannabis retailer. He sells like CBD products. Yeah, so he was talking about that. He want to talk about the weed tomorrow. Well, not really the weed, but the CBD products. So we're going to talk to him on Sunday as well. So I got those 2 interviews lined up for Sunday. So we'll see how it goes, Kim. So there you have it, Kim. Another LimeVibe Live podcast in the books. So thank you once again, everybody, for joining us for LimeVibe Live podcast. Please, if you haven't done so already, like our YouTube video, like these videos, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. It really helps us out a lot. And also, you can watch us on Facebook as well. So if you go to our Facebook page, LimeVibe, that's LimeVibe, or you go to Western Freedoms, you could like the LimeVibe page. And then you could see and you could like the videos. You could subscribe to our Facebook page, also our YouTube page. So like and subscribe our videos, please. Thank you much, and God bless you. Good night.
Good night.